Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Kevin Ho again, and we have actually a cooperation with Wine Wine Lovers Croatia,
Wine Lovers
Božidar, Jukic, my good friend here in Croatia. We are in Croatia right now, and we are in a winery. And of course, my channel is called VVB, and it's a Hong Kong-based wine channel. And why am I in Croatia? It's because my last video was actually in Ukraine, and now
Oh, wow. Okay.
now I'm in Croatia visiting a winery, and this winery is actually located near Dubrovnik. Well, Božidar, you have to tell the audience where we are and what region it is.
Right. So we are in southern Croatia, all the way down south, some 30-ish kilometers
Sure.
down south from Dubrovnik. And we are in a very, very important local winery called Crvik. And Peter Crvik is the guy in charge, and he's with us today. Crvik Winery produces some of the best loved and best sold white and red wines of Dubrovnik South, continuing a long tradition of winemaking in this area. So Kevin is eager to learn, so we are eager to show him what we do here.
Okay, let's start with the white,
Yeah.
should we? Can you introduce Peter a little bit?
Peter basically taken over from the father, is
Yeah.
that okay to say?
That's true.
Fathers in Konavle not always willing to let go of the reins, but Peter actually taken over from the father, doing some amazing things. You work a lot with this variety, right? This
Yes,
is Malvasia
Malvasia.
Dubrovačka.
Yes, so we have the first bottle, that's Malvasia how do you pronounce that again?
Dubrovačka. Dubrovačka.
Dubrovačka.
Dubrovačka.
Malvasia Dubrovačka, meaning Malvasia from Dubrovnik.
From Dubrovnik, yeah.
But it's basically the same variety as Malvasia da Lipari, Malvasia di Sardegna, right?
Deciduous.
Yeah, and Deciduous, yes.
But it is very different from Malvasia in Istria, which is also in Croatia. So you gotta be careful with anything with the name Malvasia. It's very confusing. Okay.
Yeah. Most people, even Croatians, don't realize these two varieties, Malvasia from Dubrovnik and Malvasia from Istria, are completely different. Completely different varieties.
This is 2019 vintage,
That's right.
and then the alcohol level is 13.5%.
Yeah. This is south, a lot of sunshine, usually medium to full-bodied whites with ample alcohol. Can you tell us something about how you made this? What's the vinification process?
It's normal white wine vinification. So after the harvest, the grapes were crushed and they were macerated for 24 hours. After that one, the juice went on to clarification for one night, and it went to fermentation crystal clear. So it has to be crystal clear to go on the fermentation. And it started fermenting with selected yeasts, and the fermentation was cold, around 14 Celsius degrees.
Keep the aroma.
Keep the aroma, yes, that's right. And it lasted for about almost 2 months. Yeah, on the last 20 days it was very slow fermentation. And after that it went on to another clarification and into bottle, and that's it.
On the nose, it's actually very fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. A lot of times here in the south we have a problem of our white wines appearing less than refreshing, you know.
Right.
And because we have so much sunshine hours in a year, meaning very hot days in a year, a lot of people that come here, because we are a popular travel destination as well, they are looking for something to basically pick them up, you know.
Something refreshing.
So refreshing, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's actually
of course.
not easy to get this refreshing style.
Because the style down south here, there's one grape that's very popular called Pochip.
Yeah.
And Pochip is more or less like Chardonnay. You could oak it
You
up.
can do a lot of
You
things
can
with
do a lot
it.
of
Exactly.
things with it.
Exactly.
And a lot of people do too much. with it.
Yeah.
So it becomes a bit too not refreshing.
Exactly. It becomes a bit.
Clumsy sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes big wines they are interesting, a lot of times, but sometimes they are not that interesting. But usually they are not refreshing,
Yeah.
whether they are being well made or not so well made.
But then this wine, it's anything but not refreshing. It is very refreshing. It's got this aroma that's very nice. It's quite aromatic.
Yeah.
But then the color is quite deep.
Yeah.
From color, you could tell there may be a little bit of maceration, right?
That's right. Yeah, 24 hours.
24 hours.
24-hour maceration. Okay.
So why do you decide to do a 24 hours maceration?
To extract the more flavors. Yeah, that's the primary thing you want to do. To extract the more flavors. The color is not that important as for the aromas and the flavors.
Because on the palate, you can feel the phenolics. You can feel the phenols.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
very
indeed.
apparent. And then there's a very nice acidity to it. I think it's beautiful. It works with the acidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a well-balanced wine. I think this is pretty much crafted the way you wanted it, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's refreshing, but it's not, it's not light. It's an ample wine,
Yeah.
right? But the ample body doesn't take away from its, I think, primary purpose,
Yes.
which is to be a refreshing, mainly summer wine that will pair beautifully with some seafood, lighter dishes.
Even grilled fish.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would also like to say historical importance of this grape variety. It was for the first time mentioned in Dubrovnik area in 14th century, more specific in 1383, and that was the year when Bosnian king asked for a permission from the Dubrovnik Republic if he could buy some of Malvasia for his own medicinal purposes. Next time it was mentioned officially was in 1424, 15th century, when it was mentioned in a law which said whoever has Malvasia, he could sell it by any price he would like. So all other wines had price limits.
Wow.
Yeah, and even there's a funny thing. Even people of Dubrovnik would give it to Ottoman Empire rulers and tell them that it's a medicine, so they can have it.
Oh, wow.
So in their own religion, Ottomans couldn't drink alcohol, but we told them that it's a medicine, so they can
So they
have
can
it.
drink.
Yeah.
Yes, and when they can drink it, then it's also very diplomatic. They would soften a little bit, and the Dubrovnik people would then gather more information.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We do come from a long line of diplomats and merchants.
Yes.
So yeah, some sort of a general description or rating by you, what would that be for this wine?
Well, I think it's. Do I have to give it a score or what?
You don't have to give a score. Just let's say summarize for our audience. What do you think? I'm biased, obviously. I know this guy, but
Well, I think it's a very good food wine. It will work very well with the food here, and with the freshness and acidity. It's a wine, for Dubrovnik region, because you guys usually make very heavy whites. This is a refreshing style that would work for the visitors would look for this kind of wine.
Yeah.
Especially when they have the local food, because you
Right.
need that acidity, you need
Right,
that
right,
freshness.
You're right.
Right. So let's move on to the second wine, I guess.
Yeah.